Hello guys, Wahoo here, back in another video. This time around we are going to talk about a little bit more of a serious subject. As you saw from the title, we are going to talk about hacking and then we're going to talk about cheating in Trove. This is not a guide to how you're going to do it because I have no idea how you do it. I know that there is like sort of a script or anything like that, but I don't condone cheating in any way or form, just mentioning it right now, but I might, experience some backlash for putting these people on blast that supposedly are doing it. I feel like there's kind of sus in how they are performing. That is really up to you to judge if they are doing something they shouldn't be doing. I'll show you guys the footage that I have, and you guys can, of course, judge if they are doing something that's just me being slow or they're actually teleporting around to dungeons and through walls and such. So I'm not the judge if they're doing it or not, but I wanted to mention this because it does have a negative impact on the community, and I'm all about the community, so I wanted to mention this as well, so you guys were also aware what is going on basically. And it is, of course, the cheating and the hacking. So on the screen randomly, I will put some footage on some people that are supposedly, as I see it, this is my own footage and what I've seen. But also in the description, if you see any people doing sort of illegal or you feel like a sus in behavior, you should go ahead and report them, because it's better to report people because then they have their eyes on them. And of course, you shouldn't just report people just for reporting them. But the point is that they will look into what their activities are and what they're doing, because they definitely have the data to see how people are moving around and how they're doing things. They don't look at every single person every single day, right? It's not that so many people playing, but if they're aware of a report, then then they are going to look into it to see what this person is doing. And maybe it's just a glitch one time, right? Or you teleport like 1,000 blocks or whatever. It's like, oh, what the frick happened, right? And that's not really your fault. So they're going to see if this keeps going. If you teleport every single time you play, you teleport like 1,000 blocks or just like 100 blocks, so like multiple times or whatever, then they will look into it as well. But they also, of course, want to give people a fair chance that they're not their fault that something is going on. But in the description, there is a link to you can report people if you choose to do so, if you see something that is sus or kind of feel like it's not supposed to work like that. And then if people haven't done anything wrong, of course they will not get banned. And if they do get banned unfairly, of course you can always contact support and kind of plead your case. That's how it goes with every single game. It's not just in Trove how people are reported. This is a general basically thing, but I wanted to mention this anyways because I feel like it is quite a big subject in the community and I wanted to address it because for personally, I don't really care if you're hacking or not. If you do it in a single player game, or let me rephrase that, I don't care if you're cheating or you're hacking if it doesn't hurt anybody else. But in this case in Trove, it actually do hurt people because of two things that I will of course address or talk about. But it is a serious problem that you should not really do this thing. So if you did like, let's say a single player game, it could be Age of Empires, for example, not the online part, but just a single player game or any other single player game, and you cheat the hell out of that game, right? I think that is just great. Have the fun with the video game that you should have. So, but when it impacts other people, then I don't think cheating is fun or hacking is fun at all because it hurts other people, and that is not what it's supposed to be. So let me talk about the ways it actually, hurts the community. First of all, and thank God for this, we've gotten some servers that are absolutely amazing. I haven't experienced any sort of rubber banding or lag in a while. So shout out to the devs for these servers. These are absolutely amazing. But I'm not saying that the servers is the problem of this. It is also the hackers and the cheaters that are in game, in that sense that the servers is basically recording everybody. So if I'm right here and I move, I don't know if I have footage over myself now, but when I move, the servers, of course, register where I am in the world and they calculate that. Doing a little step, if you just move a little bit, that doesn't put a big restraint on the servers, because servers are basically computers, and you maybe have experienced that yourself on your self-computer. If you do like a ton of stuff, then of course the computer is very stressed, and that's the same thing with, of course, that's coming a lot of data into, through the streams of the game and all that stuff. So that puts a bigger restraint on that. And that's why your rubber banding or worlds are not loading. It's not only because of the hackers, it's also of course about the servers, and servers are one part, but I feel like as a community, as a player base, we should be able, or we should not put more restraint on the servers than necessary, because cheating is wrong, and then you are basically doing something wrong that is causing some more issues for everybody else, right? Because you are basically teleporting from dungeon to dungeon through walls, and you're not supposed to do that because the servers and the game is not designed to be doing that. So everybody else has experienced a negative impact from all those cheating and hacking and so further. So I just wanted to mention that. So if you have a friend out there or yourself watching this one, and you're kind of like, okay, maybe I'm actually making a bad experience for somebody else, say something, tell your friend, hey, come on, bro, like, you know, maybe you're having fun with it. And I know Trove is a very grindy game, but it's really not the way to do so. With that said, I also want to mention that people, like I said, grind a lot in this game, and people that are top of the leaderboards, you know, they also grind a lot. And of course, you cannot be at top of the leaderboard if you don't also buy some stuff and such. That's just how Trove works. But there's also a lot of grinding that goes into it. And if people cheat their way out of, you know, the leaderboards, and they, oh, look at all the stuff I have because, you know, I am just so amazing, I've grinded so much, but they cheated their way to it, then the leaderboards also is significant less impact in the game. Like, it doesn't mean as much as it should be. And that's also very sad for the people that spend hours and upon hours farming, buying things and such. So I really feel like that's the other way that it also impacts the community in a very negative way, is both the servers and the experience of playing. I have a real-time job. I have a real-life job, right? And I come home and I just want to sit down. I just want to play after a long day, and I don't want to be stressed out about not playing because of rubber banding or lag. But the new servers do seem like to have a nice way of actually, you know, doing all this, or we're not experienced as much as we did before. So that's super, super awesome. I hope that continues, but I feel like we just have an obligation to just stop it, just to not try to squeeze, you know, that last juice out of the servers just because you want to hack, right? So that's just what I wanted to say with all of this, and just kind of make you understand a little bit as a viewer as well how this thing like kind of ties together, in that sense that, hey, we are actually also responsible for what is going on in the game as well. So if you're hacking, it does have a negative impact on the community. It's not going to have that every single time, but you don't know when it is going to, you know, lag somebody out or lag a world out, and it's going to be a bad experience for somebody. That is just not cool at all. That's just the whole point of this one, is just to understand that not that hacking is wrong, because of course people know that it's wrong, but it's just more, it puts a negative impact on a lot of people that are playing the game, and I don't feel like it's necessary to do so. So that's basically with the video, is that it's not to blame anybody, it's not to point fingers in that sense at specific people. I'm just saying, hey, this is a problem, like not only on the economy and everything there is, but it's also giving people a bad experience. Because one thing is that, yeah, you know, the economy is bad and all that stuff, but it's also just, if it's also a bad experience trying to get some of these stuff, then it's just super, super, super annoying. So I wanted to mention this. I know this is kind of like a negative video, and I don't really know how to end this video, so I'm probably just gonna do like a little wave and such, but I just wanted to mention this, and I hope you guys are going to be positive in the sense of receiving the message, and just kind of, maybe somebody is gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna stop, you know, or I know a friend, you know, I'm gonna tell them to stop, basically, right? And I hope that's what it's going to be. I just want to mention this, and again, in the description is linked a way to report people if you choose to do so, but it can take a while. Just mention it because there's probably like a lot of people getting also wrongly, of course, reported, as there's also people that are that needs to be reported, and some are just, you know, random, and some people, maybe even me right now, people are down in the description clicking the link and say, well, who is doing stuff, right? I am completely innocent in all that, but that was kind of random, weird. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!